Hey, just sort of take the opportunity to talk about my new acquisition. Just bought this Pack A3 Trekker pole. Yeah, gone are the days of having fucking knees that are all solid E's, so I need any advantage possible. So yeah, I've punched through a few of these walking sticks, but this one here to date is this is the first trip out with it. It's been pretty mean. I like the fact that that works like that and slide up and down rather than that screw combo. But kind of use it in variable lengths. Obviously, if I'm going to go punch down somewhere, I use it to stabilise myself. But when I'm punching up hills, I normally have it on a short setting, punch in and walk up to the stick and stabilise myself. Kind of walk past all the steep areas on this trip, so can't really give you a good example, but kind of like that, and then walk up to the stick, reset, walk up to the stick. I don't know if that's helpful for any of you guys, but certainly helps me out with shit like my knee, rugby and abusive running and shit like that. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Carrying all this camera equipment in the bush, you know, it's a pretty sensitive and expensive gear. It doesn't like water. What I've found is, well, most of you guys will be pretty easy, but taking these dry bags, Cedar Summit, I picked that up at hunting and fishing. It's just enough to have your camera in, a few things like charge packs for all your gear. I take about 2 or 3 charge packs for the iPhone, the camera, the Garmin that's been filmed on. Don't forget cables, always take heaps of cables, mini charge packs as you can, because these things just chew through the power. But I find just putting all this sort of gear in here, like so, helps protect it. It all goes in there like that. You just try to get all the air out of it first. Wrap them up, sealed. Yeah, I mean, having the camera in there is one thing and I get banged around, but normally I'll wrap it up in the top or around my sleeping bag and stuff like that. But generally this will keep it watertight, dry. As long as you don't go for too much of a swim, you should be okay. G'day guys, just out for a sneaky little bow hunt. Just thought I'd take the time to talk about my boots. I'm sporting the Lowa Tibet GTXs. Well, boots, it's one of those things. Quite debatable, but get the wrong ones, and man, severe consequences. So I've been in all sorts of boots, Ashley gum boots, military boots, done a whole heap of years pack marching and John Bull combat boots. I see they've got pretty flash Lowas now in the old army, but about a year ago I was wearing a pair of Basque hunting hiking boots, you know, those sort of road case, ready quarter cut boots. Shot a couple of deer way down in the scully, yeah, 300-400 metres down. Went down there to do the recovery. I was waiting for the boys to come across and give me a hand to recover the deer, and I bloody was signalling with my torch, and I stood on a bit of loose rock, man, and I just savaged up my bloody ankle, man. It just about nailed the whole trip. We were walking in the next day for a big walk-in, and I just about toast. So I promptly, at the end of that trip, ankle was swollen as anything, so I trundled on down to the Manawatu hunting and fishing. Had to catch up with the boys there, and yeah, there was really no alternative. Go straight to the top. I was just so worried about my ankles turning to toast because it was the beginning of the raw. So I invested in you know, $700 in a pair of Lowa Tibet GTX for us married fellas that have got those quite wide feet. So waterproof. I always thought waterproof boots were just full of shit. But man, if water doesn't go in the top of these boots, man, they don't get wet. You know, end of story. I can remember walking in these boots and my feet being real hot, and comfortable. Like the rest of me was wet, but my feet were just toasty pie warm. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about these boots. A little bit expensive, but at the end of the day, they really are worth every penny. You know, that's just my personal point of view. Don't forget, but I just have faith in these boots just to deliver me the payloads and get me safely around the hills. So that's my 5 cents worth on my Lowa boots, Tibet GDX. Sweet.
Just going to have a quick kōrero about my boots. I have the old Lowa Rangers. Good all round boots, good on the flats around the streams and the hills. Roger's got the old Lowa GTX because he's got the old toe-mad feet, and it's got a bit of a higher ankle support. Each to their own. Yeah, Lowa, good brand, worth every cent.